Well, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has ramped up her attack on the royal family in a new Netflix teaser for the final episodes of her docuseries.
All right, let's bring in US correspondent Jonathan Kersley, who is following every single detail of this next volume here. Jono, only a matter of hours until the final episodes air.
Oh, I know you've got your countdown clocks watching. It is just over 13 hours and 12 minutes, I think, now, until that final 3 parts drops on Netflix later on this evening, Australian time, and it will be much anticipated. The teasers have certainly been ramped up over the course of the past few days, as you would expect from Netflix, which is trying to get as many eyeballs and as much money out of this as they possibly can. It has been interesting to note, though, in this latest teaser, there is no sign of Prince Harry in this. There are claims from the Duchess of Sussex and from her friends that go around the point of suggesting that the palace had a role in leaking stories to the British press. However, it will be interesting to note the context in which some of that material is laid out this evening. There were no bombshells in the first 3 episodes. Perhaps the palace will be watching these 3 episodes a little bit more closely. The one thing they will be looking at, you can anticipate more than anything else, is what does Prince Harry have to say? Not just about the British press, as he did in the first one, but is there anything he says about the royal family in particular?
Oh, I think he's going to be dropping bombs, Jono. It's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, then, we're looking at Prince Harry, his father, the King, has his eyes on other family affairs.
Yeah, he does. He has spent the part of today, at least, at the Westminster Hall and the Houses of Parliament unveiling a plaque in honour of his mother. That was where Queen Elizabeth II was lying in state. He's also been receiving a number of lanterns from the Queen's Jubilee celebrations. But it is interesting to note the timing in this. It has been done just hours before the Netflix documentary airs. The palace hasn't commented on any of the episodes or the material in it so far to date. Maybe that changes in the next 24 hours.
I just hope Netflix bring up merch for us on the desk.
Shirts,
yeah, T-shirts,
hats,
just get matching
fridge magnets,
T-shirts,
fridge magnets,
Christmas bonbons,
a bonbon, I'd like
Yep.
a tea towel. The whole lot. Jono?
Well, there might be a few people who think they've been taken for mugs in all of this, but anyway, let's wait and see.
There you go.
I
Very
love that,
quick.
Jono.
Love your work,
what a
Jono.
dismount from you. I love it. Meghan Markle is claiming she was used as a scapegoat for the palace in an explosive new trailer for a Netflix docuseries. Feels like you've watched it already, I know, but the second instalment airs tonight. To discuss this, we're joined by royal editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell in the UK. Russell Myers, what do you think about all this? I mean, that's a lawyer there claiming she's seen the evidence of negative briefings from the palace about Harry and Meghan, this war on Meghan Markle. She's a scapegoat. What do you think? Is there any truth to it? You know better than I would, Russ.
Well, good morning, David. Well, I don't know about Harry and Meghan. It's got all the drama of a murder mystery, hasn't it? With the music and the hyperbole of the grammar being used. But, I mean, these are huge claims from Meghan's lawyer, a lady called Jenny Afia, who has gone on record before to sort of stick it to the palace and say all the British press were out to get Meghan. I mean, I'm not too sure about this, to be honest, because I think I've said at this series before, once we're scratching the surface of all of these claims, they're kind of falling down like a pack of cards. And certainly Meghan and Harry are definitely trying to rewrite the history books as far as their them leaving the royal family are concerned. So, listen, let's wait and see if they've got evidence, because if they do, there is absolutely no way that the palace will not be able to respond, because they haven't yet, and these are pretty damaging claims.
You know, we've been watching this a lot now, Russ. You and I have talked over the year about, Harry and Meghan about this, but more and more when I see this, I feel like there's going to be a twist to this tale, and that twist for me, I feel like a lot of this is Harry behind this, wanting to blow all this up. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think they're thick as thieves, aren't they? I mean, Harry was always unhappy about his treatment within the royal family, and I think he always wanted to leave, and Meghan sort of gave him the vehicle to be able to do that, gave him the sort of, give him a G up to say, listen, we can do this together. Life doesn't have to be like this. And on one sense, I think a lot of people do applaud them for leaving the royal family. They weren't too happy about it. They've made a very huge success of their lives outside it. However, if it comes with the caveat of just continually trashing the family that they have left behind, the family that really can't speak for themselves so publicly like Harry and Meghan are doing, I think that this, it's really souring their reputation, and it's all getting a bit tawdry, I think.
It's no coincidence that you and I are waiting for that book to drop, and it's called Spare. I think it's no coincidence, that title. So let's talk about this. Harry is now reportedly considering a major TV interview to promote this memoir. What was all this then? Russ, if this isn't a major TV interview, what's he going to do? Speak to God directly?
I mean, listen, if there is money involved for these two, then they will speak like canaries. I mean, this is exactly what we're dealing with. I mean, we've got the big Netflix series out. We're going to, in the next few hours, get the second instalment. You know, truth bombs will be dropping all over the place, one would assume. And then we've got Harry's book coming out, January the 10th. And what on earth is going to be left for the book, you might ask? Well, he's been paid an awful lot of money, another $30 million or so on the table. One would assume he's got to, come out with some more truth bombs. I mean, I'm surprised they've got any left, to be honest with you. However, it's going to be one for the royal family to be sort of worried about once again. And we might get a breather one of these days, David.
We might. He better start telling us where the aliens have landed, I think, by the time this book's out. Russ, I'll buy you some merch if it comes out. Great to speak to you again, buddy.
Welcome back to the show. Princess Charlene of Monaco has made a welcome return to the spotlight, stepping out for her second royal engagement since November last year.
Yeah, but there are concerns about Charlene's health, and her private life continue to make headlines. Britt Cohen spoke to 9 Honey royal expert Nat Oliveri to unpack the story.
Putting on a brave face for the cameras, Princess Charlene posed for pictures alongside her family after being noticeably absent from royal life for over a year.
There is a bit of mystery around her. She's kept to herself a lot. She's also talked about struggling to make friends because the people of Monaco, in her words, are quite snobby, so we don't see a lot of her.
The interest in Princess Charlene's personal life intensified during a visit to her native South Africa in 2021. The royal was battling a severe infection, which forced her to undergo multiple procedures.
Doctors had actually banned Charlene from flying home due to the risk of something going seriously wrong mid-air. At one point, her condition deteriorated so badly that she collapsed and had to be rushed to hospital and have emergency surgery.
Wow.
And we'll never be royal.
And I think that also meant that she missed her 10-year wedding anniversary, which would have been really hard on the couple.
Absolutely. Charlene was in South Africa for 6 months. In July, she missed her 10-year wedding anniversary with Prince Albert, which she said was incredibly difficult. But of course, because she was absent from Monaco and her husband for so long, it led many to speculate about whether there were major problems in her marriage.
It wasn't the first time the couple have had to deny rumours their relationship was on the rocks.
Look, from day one, there's always been talk of trouble in Charlene and Albert's marriage, but things intensified in late 2020 when reports emerged that Prince Albert had fathered a third love child while he was dating Princess Charlene.
Let's not forget that this was a beautiful love story in the beginning as well. So how did they actually meet? Because she was an Olympic swimmer, wasn't she?
Absolutely. So Charlene had just finished competing at the Sydney Olympics and travelled to Monaco for a separate event there. And that's where she first met Prince Albert, who at the time was simply the heir to Monaco's throne. Now, Charlene said she was just 22. She wasn't looking for a relationship, but as soon as she met Albert, she felt a profound sense of destiny and really thought that he was the one. Now, they dated for about 7 years, and in 2011 she moved to Monaco. They then married in what would be the biggest spectacle the small principality had seen since the wedding of Albert's mother, Grace Kelly, to Prince Rainier in 1956.
The couple had not one, but 2 lavish wedding ceremonies. But soon after, rumours began swirling Princess Charlene had cold feet on the day.
Britt, the wedding wasn't without controversy. At multiple times during the religious ceremony, Charlene appeared to be crying, and they weren't happy tears.
Why do you think she was so upset? Was it just that she was overwhelmed on the day?
Look, Charlene's road to royalty was never smooth sailing. She's spoken about being subject to a lot of jealousy, that she found learning the French language incredibly difficult. And also she said that at the time she was so nervous because she knew the whole world was watching her. And then when she cried, she later said of that moment that she was also incredibly embarrassed because people thought she was unhappy. But look, we have seen vision of the wedding since, and she is smiling in many parts, but it's not the look that you want to project when you're marrying, I guess, the future heir of Monaco.
Charlene's royal life has also been marred with constant comparisons to her late mother-in-law, Princess Grace.
They were both foreigners, they both had to learn a new language and also bond with the people of Monaco, most of whom are wealthy foreigners. But Charlene, very much like Princess Grace, has made charity the focus of her royal career. The Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation teaches children how to swim, no doubt inspired by Charlene's career as an Olympic swimmer.
Since November, Charlene has slowly been returning to the spotlight. On Easter Sunday, the princess posted candid pictures with her family, a telling sign things could be looking up for the royal.
So Nat, what does the future for Charlene hold? Do you think the people of Monaco will start to see more of her now?
Now that she's back in Monaco and slowly starting to recover from her mystery illness, it's hoped that she's going to pick up from where she left off and certainly, become front and centre, because that's what the people want. Her subjects and her royal watchers, including myself, we really miss Charlene.
G'day Today Show viewers. Thanks for watching YouTube. Our YouTube channel is fantastic. Subscribe now for brand new videos every day and exclusive bonus clips. Come on, you know you want to.